Yeah, you know what's coming on.
Yeah,
it's coming our way.
I've already seen some of the trucks that are spreading out that brine on the roads
Yes, when I was coming in this morning, I could already tell that it had been on the street. So we're hoping that's going to help combat whatever comes our way. I'm sure Al will have more on that soon. But right now, the roadways are actually looking pretty good.
No, not really. I wasn't going to talk at all about it. But okay, if you
we don't care about it.
Well, yeah,
we forget about it.
For you, I will. It's Friday.
Your traffic is always brought to you by Toyota of North Charlotte. And this morning, like I said, our roadways are looking pretty good in terms of delays. Let's take a live look here at Independence, and you'll see no real problems to report here. Traffic moving pretty well this morning. Also, we do have a couple of crashes on those secondary roads we should talk about. Let's take a look here at our headlines of the day. Fairview at Sharon Road. There is a crash here that is involving injuries. Medic has cleared the scene, but CMPD is working to get that cleared. Try to use Park over to Woodlawn possibly to avoid that. And I-77, if you're coming southbound, the ramp to get onto Sunset Road, there is a disabled vehicle there. You'll want to be on the lookout for that. That's it for now, though. Nothing too major to report. You can always get the latest traffic on WBTV.com. John and Christine, over to you for today's headlines.
Okay, thanks a lot, Liz. And I tell you, again, everybody's asking me about this weather. Go to the Aquatic Center yesterday. I'll bet you 5 or 6 people.
Yeah, because your degree is in meteorology, isn't it? I know, it's funny.
So talk to the weather guy. I gave him your home phone
They even ask my wife. You know, they'll ask Tracy a lot of times. She'll be out, you know, at the grocery store or wherever. You know, it's like, well, what do you think's going to happen?
It's who you know, right? She, you know, lives with you.
That's right. She has no clue. All right, let's get you caught up what's going on right now across our area. Temperatures right now really not all that bad. We have had a front slip through the area, and today will be about 20 degrees chillier than yesterday. Well, after all, yesterday we were 63 degrees, but notice now we've got temperatures that are mainly in the 30s to low 40s. That's a pretty mild start for late January, but it's not going to stay that way. There's colder air aloft, and actually even at the surface, that's just poised to the north here. It's 36 in Greensboro. That's going to be pushing our way as we go through the day today, but we'll have some very, very early sunshine, and then increasing and thickening cloudiness, followed by precipitation that'll break out very late this afternoon, more likely though into this evening. All right, let's show you where our watches are and warnings are. Again, just about all of our area is under a winter storm warning right now. The 2 counties that are not are Lancaster and Chesterfield in South Carolina, and they are under a watch right now. But as we widen out, we'll show you where is all this at the moment. Well, yesterday it was in far, far west Texas. Now it's in east Texas. Texas is a big state, so it takes a while to get across. But this low is going to cut right across the Gulf Coast region and then eventually make a spin up the east coast. Out ahead of it, there's cold enough air for snow across the Missouri and mid-Mississippi Valley. You get down towards Arkansas and Memphis, it's a different story, sleet, freezing rain, and then thunderstorms across Gulf Coast Texas and Louisiana. And that could have a little bit of an implication as to what happens around here. Now let's show you where we are right now. We've got generally fair skies, but those clouds are going to be thickening up as we go through the day today, and as a result, what we're looking at is, well, by late this afternoon, cloudy conditions, much colder than yesterday, obviously, by almost 20 degrees, and then late this afternoon, a little bit of precipitation could break out. Big, you know, mixed bag. It's not going to accumulate much of anything during the daylight hours, not with these temperatures, but tonight into tomorrow, different stories. So let's take in towards 1 o'clock this afternoon, we're cloudy, and then notice how those clouds just continue to thicken up, and then once we get into the evening hours, really after rush hour, that's when everything really starts to go downhill and pretty quickly. And I think some of this precipitation will come down very heavy as we go into the evening hours. So this morning, colder air is pushing on in. Warmer air aloft is also coming on in, and that's moist air. And eventually that's going to set the stage for this storm system moving on in and heading in our direction. And the end result is going to be snow around here. Depending on where you live, you're going to see a little bit of a mixed bag, especially from Charlotte on southward. But north of Charlotte, I really think it's going to be mainly a snow event. Some sleet, but more snow than anything. And that's why we think the accumulations are really going to pile up as we go deeper into the night. And by midnight, certainly it looks like it's mostly snow across most of our viewing areas. So how much can you expect? Let's take a look at it, and we'll break this down for you. Want to show that we really think the mountains are going to get pounded. Mountains and northern foothills, I think there's at least 8 inches of snow. Then you get a band from the mountains on down through about Lake Norman of 4 to 8 inches. Mainly snow, a little bit of sleet, but mainly snow. From Lake Norman on down to about I-485, we're talking about 2 to 4 inches. And south of I-84, I-485 over towards Union and Lancaster counties, maybe it's 1 to 3 with more sleet mixing in than anything there. There has to be some wiggle room on these graphics for you, though, because the storm is still